Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something pretty tricky, the adult friendship crisis. How do you, as a busy adult, actually make real friends, genuine connections, low pressure?
Shit's tough.
Yeah, we lose that built-in social structure from school, right? And the things we try now, well, they often feel like a lot of work or just pointless.
Exactly.
So our source material today zeroes in on this. It's from an organization in North Carolina called Charlotte Together.
Right.
And we're going to sort of break down how they've built something specific to fight that loneliness and, foster real community.
And this is really worth digging into because they're not just like throwing mixers together. They seem to be consciously engineering a response to that very modern city problem.
What problem is that exactly?
That feeling of being totally surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Millions even.
Yeah.
But still feeling fundamentally alone.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll look at their blueprint, the specific pain points they're trying to fix, and why they believe this kind of intentional structure is, well, maybe the only way to really make people feel welcomed home.
Okay, let's start there with the problem itself. The source material really nails the feeling, I think.
It does.
They say Charlotte's an amazing city, loads going on, but it can still feel incredibly isolating. And not just if you're brand new.
Exactly. That's key. They talk about people who move for a job, sure, or followed a partner. But also, critically, folks who've lived there 10 years and just watched their original friends drift away or move.
Leaving them feeling stuck.
Yeah, stuck in a rut. That's the phrase they use. And that specific feeling, walking into a place, seeing crowds, but knowing deep down you don't quite belong yet. That's the target.
Oof, yeah. That feeling can just kill your social life before it starts. And what I find interesting is how blunt this organization is about why the usual methods don't work for adults anymore.
They don't mince words. They basically say the adult social scene is, well, broken.
And they list the failures pretty clearly. This is where it gets analytical.
Right. They say the apps don't work. Bars feel awkward. Work friends stay at work. Let's pause on that. Why do those fail so often?
Well, I think for all three, the stakes feel kind of high, right?
That's so.
Apps are often about performance or secretly dating, which adds pressure immediately.
Yeah.
Bars, you got to interrupt people or come up with some reason to talk to a stranger. That takes a lot of confidence.
Right. High social risk.
And work friends. Well, they often stay work friends. That relationship doesn't always jump outside the office walls.
Precisely. They get that modern socializing puts this huge cognitive load on the person trying to connect.
You have to do all the work.
You have to initiate. You have to figure out what the relationship is, manage the fear of getting shot down. And if you're already feeling a bit lonely or anxious, forget it. That load is just too much.
Yeah.
So their core motivation is basically saying friendship shouldn't be this hard. They want to create a space where all that mental effort just melts away.
Yeah.
Where making friends feels natural again, like it used to.
So they're not just hoping it happens.
No, they're intentionally designing out the high-stakes risk and designing in low-stakes, managed ways to connect.
Okay, so if the social landscape is a desert, they knew they couldn't just offer a bottle of water. They had to build an oasis, basically.
That's a good way to put it.
So what's the first big choice they made? How did they start lowering that barrier?
Well, the first thing was ditching the idea of just unstructured mingling, those open-ended mixers.
Yeah, awkward.
They moved towards specific activity-based events, and they promise no pressure, no pretending.
That's important.
It is, because it shifts your focus. You're not there just to make conversation, which can be terrifying. You're there to do something fun together.
Okay, let's get specific then, because the list of events they offer seems pretty strategic. It's not random.
No, definitely not. It looks like they're trying to cover different types of people, different energy levels. It's like segmenting the market of lonely people, almost.
Right. Like if you're an introvert, a big loud party might be your worst nightmare first time out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what kinds of events do they highlight? What are the options?
Okay, they start really gently. Coffee meetups. Specifically, Saturday mornings.
Interesting timing.
Yeah. It feels smart, right? It's early in the weekend, before you're maybe socially tired.
Yeah.
And a coffee shop is just inherently less intimidating.
Totally. It's not like a Friday night happy hour with loud music and booze, which cranks up the pressure. Saturday morning coffee is like intentional, calm, clear-headed.
Okay, then moving up the energy scale a bit, board games at local breweries.
Okay, I like that one.
Me too. It feels like a perfect low-stakes connection setup. The chat is about the game, the rules, who's winning, whatever.
Right, the focus is outside yourselves. It's not intense personal grilling.
Exactly. The activity gives you something easy to talk about, a shared goal.
Makes sense. What else?
For maybe higher energy folks, they have a hiking group. Getting out in nature.
Ah, nice. Shared movement, shared scenery. That naturally lowers defenses, doesn't it?
Yeah, and conversation can happen sort of side by side with the walking, not be the only thing happening.
Good point.
And this one I thought was clever. Art nights. But they explicitly say, 0 experience needed.
Ooh, that's key.
Right. It tackles the main fear people have with skill things, looking stupid or failing.
Yeah, it signals that the point is hanging out, connecting, not becoming Picasso.
Exactly. They're managing anxiety by being upfront.
So you got coffee, games, hiking, art, what else? Potlucks, holidays.
Yep. Potluck dinners, celebrating holidays together. It's a real mix.
The variety seems critical. It means pretty much anyone, no matter how nervous, can look at the list and find something that feels, as they put it, fun, not scary.
They're trying to manage the risk for everyone who might show up.
Definitely seems like it.
Okay, so you've got these very low pressure events, but you said the real innovation is in the how, the structure around it.
Yes. According to the source, it's less about the specific activity and more about the operational design, how they protect the newcomer.
And a big part of that is defining what they aren't.
Critical for building trust,
Right.
especially now. They're very clear. We're not trying to sell you anything.
No hidden agenda.
We're not networking for business cards.
Okay, good.
We're not secretly a dating app.
Huh. Yeah, that's a big one.
That transparency immediately cuts through the suspicion people rightly have sometimes. It validates that desire for just actual friendship.
So their success isn't measured in sales or contacts or hookups.
Nope. It's simple. Do people leave with new friends? That's the goal.
But how do they make that happen? Especially given how awful it feels to walk into a room where you don't know anyone. You mentioned the friendly host.
Yes, this seems absolutely crucial. It's a specific role, a deliberate investment. They don't just hope members will be nice.
They make it someone's job.
Exactly. Trained hosts whose whole purpose is to make sure no one stands alone. That structure is built specifically to short-circuit that awful paralysis you feel when entering a new group.
That moment. Yeah, when you walk in, scan the room, and it feels like everyone else already knows each other. It's the absolute worst.
Like friendship killer, like you said.
But hang on, if the promise is no one stands alone, how do they make sure that actually happens consistently? Training hosts, making sure they're there. That sounds like a lot of ongoing effort.
Well, the source implies that is the core commitment. It's not an add-on. It's central to how they operate. They're basically operationalizing being welcoming.
Huh. Operationalizing welcome.
Yeah, the host isn't just, like, saying hi. They're the designated first point of contact. It takes the pressure off the newcomer to figure out who to talk to or how to break in.
So they centralize the welcoming part.
Right, which creates a predictable, reliable experience. If you take the leap and show up, you're guaranteed an entry point, no guesswork.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And they seem to counter that walking in alone fear with, like, extreme precision. They literally give you a 5-step guide.
Which is psychologically brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being specific reduces anxiety. If you know exactly what to do and what's going to happen, you spend less mental energy worrying.
Okay, let's walk through the 5 steps they list, because there are some neat little details in there.
Okay, step 1. Pick an event that sounds fun, not scary.
Yeah.
Reinforces that low-stakes idea again.
Yep. Step 2, show up 10 minutes after the start time.
Ah, I like that.
Isn't that great? Why 10 minutes late?
Well, you skip the really awkward bits, right? Like when the host is still setting up or when it's just the first two people staring at each other.
Exactly. You arrive when things are already sort of moving, the event's activated.
You avoid the empty room anxiety and walk into a functioning social space. Smart. Okay, 3.
3, the host will find you. That's the guarantee. You don't have to hunt them down. Removes that awkward scanning the room thing.
Takes the pressure off initiation.
Yeah.
Love it. 4.
4, say hi. That's it. The minimum viable social interaction, just hi.
Low barrier.
And 5, be yourself. Because presumably the environment they've built is meant to accept you as you are.
The whole sequence just dismantles the major hurdles.
Totally. But what if you're still, like, really anxious?
Well, they seem to have thought of that too. They've got extra layers, sort sort of safety nets.
Like what?
They suggest joining their Discord group first. Online community.
Oh, okay. Like a warm-up.
Exactly how they frame it. Chat with people online before you meet in person. It's like having friends before you even arrive.
That provides some familiarity before you even walk in the door. Face-to-face is still scary, but maybe less so.
Right. And they also recommend reading something called Your First Event Survival Guide.
A survival guide. I love that they acknowledge it feels like survival sometimes.
It normalizes the difficulty. They're saying, yeah, we get it. This is hard. Here's help.
Okay, so the structure is intense, very deliberate.
Yeah.
Does it work? What do the anecdotes say?
Well, the stories they share suggest it does more than just help people meet. It seems to turn attendees into active community members.
Ah, that's the real goal, isn't it? Not just consumption, but contribution.
Exactly. That transformation is the proof of concept. Like they mentioned a member who moved from out of state for work, started nervously with the hiking group, built confidence, made connections, and now they lead the weekend hikes.
Wow. From nervous newbie to leader.
That's deep integration that validates the whole system, I think.
Okay, that's impressive. Any others?
Yeah, the guy who lived in Charlotte 10 years felt totally disconnected.
The stuck-in-a-rut person.
Right. He went to a game night and found his permanent trivia team. So it's not just for the brand new arrivals. It helps people who've been there ages but just haven't clicked yet.
That's really important. Loneliness isn't just a new kid problem.
For sure. And maybe the most powerful one, the really shy person. Started by basically forcing themselves to go to the coffee meetups.
Okay.
Built up confidence slowly. And now they host craft nights.
Full circle.
Totally. Came looking for community, and now they're creating it for others.
It really shows they weren't just hoping connection would magically happen.
No waiting for organic growth in a barren field.
They were engineering the greenhouse, basically. Planning the events, training the hosts, mapping out every step to manage the vulnerabilities of someone walking in alone.
And what really stands out is the underlying realization. Difficulty making friends as an adult often isn't a personal failing. You don't necessarily lack social skills.
Right.
You lack the right environment, the safe, structured space to actually use those skills.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for us, for you listening? This deep dive seems to show that tackling adult loneliness isn't simple. It needs deliberate, structured effort.
Yeah, efforts that actively identify and remove those specific social barriers that manage the inherent anxiety. It's about, like we said, operationalizing welcome, building systems designed for the lowest, most anxious point of entry. Which then makes me wonder, and maybe something for you, the listener, to think about, if it takes this much deliberate structure just to get strangers to connect comfortably, what small, intentional things could you do in your own life, your workplace, your neighborhood, your hobby group? How could you offer that feeling of being welcomed home to someone who lives a bit lost? How do we move past just assuming they should make the first move?
That's a really good question. It puts the onus back on us, even in small ways. The lesson here is that intentionality matters, and that final promise from the source material. It's simple, but it hits hard, targeting that last moment of hesitation before you decide not to go.
What is it?
Show up once. Give us a chance. We'll show you what it feels like to be welcomed home.
Wow.
Think about that. Designing a welcome so clear, so reliable, all you have to do is overcome that initial inertia and just show up.
The power of just showing up when someone else has done the hard work of making it safe.